rushed. Like I feel like there's a lot of energy out there and it's in very fast pace. I don't know if you all been experiencing the same thing, but I certainly think that the world is turning faster than it used to. That's how I feel anyway. So thank you so much for joining me tonight. I am Georgia Rose from Zencuda. If you're wondering what Zencuda is a community, a lifestyle brand for people who live above the five senses. That can be someone who's a psychic, someone who's just very intuitive. It can be someone who's just on the soul journey of really being aware of their own life and letting their soul lead them. So for all of you Zencudas out there that are living your best lives, welcome. I'm Georgia Rose, and I'm a psychic. I can never say psychic on camera. I don't know why. I'm a psychic intuitive. I am an astrologer. I hope to be an inspirational being with these broadcasts, so glad that you tuned in. I want to just say, if you tuned into this broadcast, probably not a coincidence. Most of the time people are led to this kind of energy. You know, the teacher appears when the student is ready, and that goes for all of us because I learned from all of you too. So I'm just going to, because I'm in the home studio, because of COVID and the pandemic, I'm just going to share the show because I have to do that every week. And I see people are already tuning in, so just bear with me. All right. While I share. So I'd love to hear how your week's been going. Aaron is on. Hi, Aaron. I did a great reading for Aaron on Saturday. And we had fun, I think, I hope. We're all in such weird places now in our lives, right? But I think things are coming together for all of us. So I'd love to hear about your experiences and how all of you are finding this energy. I know for myself, like I said, things are speeded up, but also this past week, what I found is that things are really becoming into the reward phase for me. I feel like this past year has been a lot of challenges, and now all of a sudden I'm getting the rewards for all the hard work. So I hope you guys are feeling that too, because I think that towards the end of the year, those of us who have really dug in and done the right thing are going to definitely find that the universe responds to what we've been doing. So, just got to write something on here. Sorry. I should be back in the studio in a couple of weeks, actually, so you guys wouldn't have to watch me do housekeeping for the first 5 minutes of the show. Here we go. And now I'm going to come back to you guys and say hi and start the night. Okay. Got to go back to Gov's Comedy Club Radio. And you can also watch the show online at govsradio.com. So, where are we at here? Okay, here I am. So let me say hi to everybody and see where we're going here so I can see your comments. Oops. Can't move with this stuff. Okay, now I see you all. How are y'all doing? Hi, Felix. I've been trapped in my house too long. Need Zencuda. We're going to give you some Zen tonight. How's that? And I forgot to plug in my big ring light, so I'm going to disappear for 1 minute. And we're going to plug in my light with a mouthful of hair. Okay. No! Do I look a little better lit up, or should I just stay in, like, you know, what I call the cougar lighting, which is the kind of like glow in the dark kind of thing. So, so how's everybody doing? Hi, Aaron, John. Hey, John. Marianne, Janine, Ellen. I've got Bonnie. Oh, everybody's in the house tonight. So welcome. How's your week going? Like I said, mine's very speeded up. At my regular job, which is real estate, of course. It's so funny because I find that whenever I put out a manifestation of any kind to the world, and I just, like, you know, kind of casually wish for something, it explodes. So I'm so busy in my earthbound job, and then I also have so much going on with all my broadcasts and everything. So it's been a really busy week, but I love it. I'm not complaining about it because I'm very, very blessed, and blessed to see all of you. in the Zenkuda community. So, yeah, I'm feeling really good today, Bonnie, too. Good energy. I think that's because Jupiter finally went direct, so we don't have that pull, you know. And then I also find that this new moon that morning at 7 a.m. gave us a nice jolt of positivity, because it was aspecting not only Jupiter, but it was also aspecting Venus, which is the planet of love. Even though Venus was squaring Uranus, it's still giving us a lot of energy. I had a little moment today where I felt a lot of electricity, but that went pretty quick. So, everybody, I'd love it if you could friend Gov's Radio, Gov's Comedy Club Radio on Facebook. And also what I'm going to do is ask each and every one of you on the broadcast tonight, anybody out there listening, to please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I need a certain amount of subscribers to do a lot of my live feeds on there, which is the direction we're going in. So if you still want to see the videos, make sure you subscribe. You'll get a little thing about it. Hi, Rosemary. John likes the cougar lighting joke. I always say that. Like when I was dating, right, and I was getting into a little bit of the middle age, I used to always pick restaurants where they had the candle on the table, because I said, oh, it's cougar lighting, so, you know, I'm going to look good. So anyway, that's my earthbound life. So what I'm going to do for everybody who subscribes to my YouTube channel, between now and October 15th, you will be entered into a drawing for a free reading. That can be an astrology chart reading, a psychic mediumship reading, whatever you prefer. And you're going to ask me, well, how are you going to know who subscribes? Well, I get an email every time there's a subscriber. So I will save all those emails. I'll have all your email addresses, and I will, I get a notification anyway of the name. So I'll save all those names, and you'll all be entered into get a free reading. So it's worth it to go over to YouTube and subscribe to Zenkuda. So I, do a lot of work on myself, right? As a spiritual influencer, whatever you want to call me, just an inspirational being. I hope we all are in some way. But I do a lot of personal work on myself. I wouldn't be out here, doing videos and doing readings and things if part of my everyday routine, ritual, wasn't doing some kind of work on myself, in my soul, in my inner person. And sometimes that involves going back and looking at things and doing a life review. And I was thinking about something the last couple of days, and I said, you know what, I'm going to do the broadcast about it, because a little portion of the broadcast anyway, and then we'll go into cards, because I know you all love my cards. You're all card whores. So I want a card. Hi, David. Hi, Colleen. So get a little serious for a minute. I was thinking about joy and happiness, and I was thinking about how this past year was really challenging, to stay in our joy a lot of the time, because, like Felix was just saying, we've been trapped in the house, or we're really not getting our socialization, so we don't get that oxytocin that, really makes us vibe higher. We don't get the relaxation that works on our nervous system and nourishes us, right? We all have habits and rituals that we do, self-care, and keep us really balanced, whether that's going for a massage every month or walks in the park, and a lot of that was really, really restricted. So we lost part of our joy. And it was hard to keep on track with it. For some of us, maybe we actually found some more joy because we were able to be home and attack certain things that we didn't get to do or whatever. Hi, Donna. Hi, Gina. Welcome. If you're a new person, welcome to the Zenkuda community. Everybody send some love to my friend Donna Bareil, because she's undergoing her 69th chemo. And I can say that because she puts it out there. And I'm going to cry, because Donna has been somebody that, you all know my emotions are always right here. But Donna is such an inspiration to everyone. She is, she does her for gynecological cancers. And, in situations when other people really, Donna just keeps going. So serious that we have to contemplate our own demise or our own mortality. And there are other people who go through that every day. And so I just want to put that out there and give Donna beautiful kudos. And if we could all just send her some love and healing, because she's really in a battle, and I love her so much. And I know how brave and courageous she is, and she's inspiring so many. And I think that's what she's meant to do in the world. So we're going to just send some love out to Donna right now from everyone in the Zen Kuda community. We love you. So getting back to my idea about joy. So I'm thinking about joy, and I get introspective. I brought it into my meditation a little bit, and today especially I did a meditation with someone who is a mentor to me, and everything became so clear. And I'm going to just put this out there. Sometimes I share things and I allow myself to be vulnerable, which isn't easy, but I do it because I think that everyone can benefit from it. So I started to think about the fact that at times in my life, especially over the last decade, I have not been joyful. And it has been almost to the point of like, maybe there really wasn't any reason for me not to be joyful, but I wasn't joyful, or I wasn't allowing myself to be joyful. I always think of it like, for those of you who ride or have, experience with horses, you have your traces on the horse, you have your reins, and whenever the horse starts to find its head and be completely lighthearted and get into its free spirit, you pull it back. And I think that we do that with ourselves. And I see it in others now. I observe it in others because I've made a vow to myself to allow myself to feel joy, to feel happiness unlimitedly, and just allow myself to be in this moment of just like laughter or happiness or silliness or lightheartedness or just contentment. And I think there were times in my life when I didn't allow it. There was really no reason in the physical world or the three-dimensional world for that to be, but in my own mind, what I was doing, and now I can see it, I didn't know, completely, we have all blind spots. But what brought all this to a head for me was I had my family visiting not too long ago, and I had a wonderful, wonderful time with them. And the day went so fast, and I was just so free-spirited and lighthearted and authentic to myself, and it was just wonderful, wonderful day. And I started thinking about it afterwards, and like, why were other days not like that? Why was I withholding? Why was I putting myself, holding back on the reins? Why was I pulling back on that beautiful, free-spirited, primal horse that wanted to just ride and not allowing it to do the 1,000,000 miles an hour maybe it wanted to? And what I came up with was that I was conditioned as a child, as someone, brought into this world through my family of origin, my parents and other influencers. Somewhere along the line, I was conditioned to be really afraid of happiness. And almost to the point where I can look back now and realize that the times in my life when I really was abandoning any worry or any anxiety and feeling free and really joyful, I would feel that way for a little while and then be anxious and pull it back and be like, well, what am I doing? Something terrible is going to happen if you're this happy, And the seed and the root of that I'm going to share because I wonder if there's enough people out there who probably are feeling the same thing. And I hope this helps you identify it and unpack it and unfurl it and unwrap it and find the gift in it, When I was younger, my father was a good man at times. And at times he wasn't so great. He was human. And so I remember as a child, he would play with us or be doing a game with us, or maybe we'd be out in the front of the house playing Spud, if anyone remembers that, I'm dating myself, or volleyball or catch or whatever, And he would be funny and so charismatic, and he was handsome. And my dad was like this, really, like when he walked into a room and he was in that mood, he was larger than life. Whether he was taking us to the beach or a picnic or, just making something funny at home, or it was this beautiful, lighthearted moments, and we would start to buy into it, as kids. And by the end of the day, something always happened where it turned. And someone was in trouble and the other foot dropped, or, time to go to bed and we weren't listening and it turned ugly, or just, typical things growing up in that time frame when parents were overwhelmed and overworked and had a lot of kids. There were 5 in my family. So somewhere along the line, that triggered me and conditioned me to think, don't trust the joy. Don't trust the happiness, because something's going to happen, because it usually did. And even with my mom was a beautiful woman, kind as soul, but she also was very depressed at times. I think she was clinically, that way. And we didn't, they didn't know it in those days. And so I think that her joy was not very free. I think that her joy always had a price attached to it, where at the end of the joyful time, it turned into a sorrowful time. And so I think somewhere along the line that happens to a lot of us in all different levels of extremity. And I wanted to talk about it tonight because I feel like we're in a place in the world right now where, red light, green light, we're in a place in the world right now where it's been really hard to find our joy. We're getting tested, I think things are lightening up a little bit, but I think we still have a ways to go before the end of the year in 2021 when it changes. And so I think that we were brought up in a time where things changed very fast. It did in my life anyway, as a child, as a teenager. It was never that unbridled, continuous happiness, continuous joy. And I don't think that that is a fantasy. I think that we need to do it inside ourselves and never punish ourselves or censor ourselves because we're frightened, anxious, or worried about the joy or the happiness. So when we're in this time now of this pandemic and a lot of our freedoms taken away and a lot of our places where we go for joy and happiness taken away, let's just think about that and really try and find the joy and allow ourselves to do it. Because I think that we are the ones driving the carriage, we're the ones in the saddle, and we're pulling on the reins a lot in our life and saying, whoa, don't do that. Don't let go that far. Don't be that free. Don't be that funny. Don't be that joyful, And I think we need to stop judging it and stop being worried about it and experience it, because I think that's going to really raise our vibrations in our life. And so I hope I'm not on a soapbox, but it's true, I think, with so many of us. And it goes beyond, like Rosemary's saying, it's like we're afraid if things are going really good, something bad will happen. And it almost goes beyond that. It almost is a physical experience that we pull ourselves back because we've been conditioned that way. It's not even superstitious and silly. It's really like, for me anyway, with the way that I grew up, it was like, even in those moments I can remember as a small child enjoying myself, but knowing it wasn't going to last. And that's a really deep conditioning. And I think a lot of us in this generation are conditioned that way. I think the opposite is millennials are conditioned to think that there's no reason why they shouldn't be happy, So maybe we corrected it on the next generation, but maybe it was past. But, and Rosemary's saying she just wanted to be happy and have a good laugh. And I'll tell you, that's really what almost brought all this to the surface for me, because when my sisters and I were together, we had this one moment where we were just laughing really, really hard over something that happened. I was rolling on my den floor laughing. And I got up and I said to my sister Chris, I said, I have not laughed like that in years. I can't even remember the last time that I laughed like that. And boy, did it feel good. It felt so good. So find that, we need that in our lives. We need to go that space. And I just wanted to say that, and I hope it helps somebody out there. And we deserve it. Right? All our challenges, a lot of them stem from the self-worth and everything. But I think it goes even deeper than that, like that cliche of that. Of course, that plays. But I think that it's really about the conditioning, and somewhere along the line, understanding that we need to be authentic. And if you want to be that happy, just do it. It's in you. It can happen. We're putting those roadblocks and pulling on the traces and pulling on the reins, and we are responsible for doing that to ourselves. So let's stop that. All right. And we are enough. Right. So anybody have any feedback on that one? I don't know if any of you have had experience, but I think that we've just been so misguided and put our energy in the worry instead of in the moving the horse forward and letting it just go. Right. So I'm going to do some cards tonight. The astrology I did a couple of videos on astrology. So if you really need astrology, I would say just scroll down on my page a little bit and you'll see a couple of videos. The new moon tonight was this morning at 7 a.m. Very powerful. I have to tell you that I am manifesting at an alarmingly wonderful rate. Um, there's just so much heightened energy for manifestation. And remember, if you haven't watched my other videos, when we manifest, we must take an action in the world that backs up what we're trying to manifest. It's not enough to just like, do a ritual and put some good juju on something and say, hey, I'm going to get this promotion, or I'm going to get this relationship, or blah, blah, blah. We have to be able to show the universe that desire is real and should be rewarded by our action. So just remember that. If you're doing something opposite of the manifestation, not going to work. Okay? So I'm going to pick a card from my own deck, Circle of Light Oracle cards. These are colors. They come with a crystal, and the crystal is meant to spin in the middle of the cards laid out in a circle, and that is your oracle card for the day. They're beautiful cards with original photography, as you can see. And I'm going to pick a card from this deck. It's a 22 card deck because 22 is not only a master number, it is my particular soul number, and as given to me in a very deep channel. And so I am going to read everybody I can tonight, as much as I can. Appreciation, gratitude, absolutely, Aaron. I think that's key. Totally key. Totally key. So hopefully we're all going to be a lot happier than we were before you all tuned into the soul space. All right. Okay. So I'm going to pick a Circle of Light card. Sometimes I blow on cards to put my energy in them. My essence. Okay. Well, it has been picking 2 cards. Beautiful. So the first card is number 18, which is signs. And we have pulled this card before on this show. And this was a random photo that I took one morning upon awakening. And I woke up and there was just this beautiful, perfect cross shining on the window of my bedroom. And this card was just so perfect. The photograph was just so perfect. I had to take it and use it in my cards. I chose the number 18 for this card of signs because it's a very symbolic number for me, for a very close loved one that passed away, and I always see the number 18. It's their birthday. So it says signs are a gift of divine light. And I want to tell you, part of the manifestation and part of the energy now when you have a new moon so heavily aspected with manifestation is that I have to catch the light. There we go. With manifestation is signs. And so we'll see a lot of signs around us. And remember, signs are our loved ones saying hello. They're the universe saying you're on the right track. The other day I was doing something that was something I had to have a little courage for, and it was really about moving on in my life and a decision I had to make, and it was something I had to actually travel a little bit to go do locally, and an action I had to take. And I must have seen a certain number that is significant for me personally 5 times that day, and I wasn't looking for it. It was just like kept popping up in my face. That's a sign that I knew I was on the right track and doing the right thing. The other card that I chose was number 13, which adds up to 4, which is an angelic number. But this card is karma. And it's so appropriate for what I'm talking about and the way the energy is now. And it says, actions are ripples of light spread across the world. And this card was very significant when I wrote the missive, the passage for this particular card. I'm going to actually read it because a lot of times people kind of have an idea of what karma is, and it's a little bit different than what most people think. So I'm just going to read this really quickly. It's very short. Karma is this, and this is what I wrote. These are my personal cards that are for sale on the website, zenkuda.com. Karma is the cycle of intent and action. Intent and action. That's just what we were talking about, right? Setting an intention, manifesting through action. That's where you create your karma. So karma is a cycle of intent and action. Humans are beings made of light and energy. Our thoughts fuel our intentions. So especially at a heightened time like this, when we have energy that's so like ripe for manifestation and ripe for our intentions, it's really, really important for us to keep our thoughts pure and our thoughts positive, because what you think is what the universe will respond to. So our thoughts fuel our intentions. These intentions are the seed from which actions are born, right? We set an intention or we have a thought and then we act on it. Every action you choose to take will cause a reaction and affects it affects events in your life. That's karma. That is karma. Every action you choose to take will cause a reaction and affect events in your life. That's karma. The action is not the cause of the reaction. The intention behind the action is. So that's what karma is. It's not just the intention of the action. It's the intention that caused you to do the action. That's where the karma starts, not in the action. It's in the intention. So if you intend to do something good based on love, then you'll have good karma. But if you take an action that's intention was negative or dark, bad karma. Keep your intentions pure and motivated in love to reap the benefits of good karma. When you act from negative intention, negative events may transpire in your life. The light behind your intentions is the energy you put out into the world and the energy that you will receive back in turn. All we do ripples back to us on the light we send it out with. Keep your intentions pure and in the brightest light possible to reap more light in your life. The universe wants you to spread your beautiful light of love and let it ripple out into the world. That's karma. Whatever you set an intention for, if you we're all human. If you're jealous in a moment and you do something spiteful, you just put a tick in the wrong corner, because that's now a chit on the negative side, and you're going to get that back. And so that's where the expression "you reap what you sow" comes from. But people think it has to do with action, like sometimes we're misguided and we do something out of love and it backfires. That's not bad karma. Karma is all about the intention. So we're going to do some cards here. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Mel. So maybe she's saying hello to you, that we came out with that card. Yeah. Gina's always seeing signs. What kind of signs do you see, Gina? 13, your mom. See, there you go, it's a sign. That's so funny. There you go. Yep, that's intuition. Hi, Christina. So I'm going to pull out my cards. Tonight we are going to use, and just I want to show you guys also the way I keep cards. I have a lot of really beautiful boxes in my home, and on where I have my, now it's my spiritual studio in the lower level of my house. And so I have a beautiful, this is one of my boxes. And you can get these anywhere. It just has to be the right size. Sometimes I buy them in Home Goods, just beautiful. Like, I think this was like, price is still on it actually. This was $20. And it's just a beautiful teak box with a beautiful marble top. And this is how I keep my cards. I open my box and my soul cards are in here, and I always keep a crystal, whatever resonates with me at the time. It comes in spurts. This crystal might be in here for a few months, and then others will just speak to me and I'll know the energy that I need. So my cards are not ever touched by anyone unless I'm doing a reading with the person and they're shuffling and they're putting their energy in them. The reason why I keep my cards in a box is because I believe they shouldn't be out in energy, to keep their purity, because they are my divination tools. So these are soul cards. These are cards from Deborah Koff. I love these cards. She has a couple of different decks of these. They're kind of older, so I don't know if they're still in circulation, but I use these quite often on the broadcast. And the reason why I personally love these is because they don't come with any writing. They don't come with any book. Whatever my intuitive flash is when I see the card, it really taps into my energy, and they're just beautiful, beautiful artwork. And then I always have the Rider-Waite Tarot at my disposal. I keep my tarot in a bag in the box. These cards have been with me many years, and they are not my original tarots, but they are pretty close to it. And these are just the traditional tarot cards. These are the cards I actually learned on many years ago, and I keep them very stable. I probably will never have, unless something catastrophic happens, I will not have another set of tarot. These are the tarots I will read with for the rest of my life. So they're very sacred to me. They're kept in there. And the only people who would be, feeling or touching or putting energy in these cards would be a significant who I am reading for. So that's how I keep my cards. So if you all are into oracles or tarot or any kind of divination tools, whether it's Lenormand or the Lenormand or whatever kind of oracle card, What I would suggest is keeping them either in a bag, a box, something that you have chosen specifically for the cards, maybe with a few crystals in them, and allow them to be in a space where they're not really in energy, but they are absorbing your energy. Okay, so I'm going to go back up. And who have we got on tonight? Donna, I'm going to pick a card for you first, my angel warrior. Okay. And I'm going to pick a tarot card for you. I know stuff's going to come through tonight because I'm getting very, very warm. You might see me turning a little red. And whenever Spirit has a message for me, they turn up the heat in my body until it comes out. So sometimes that happens. So somebody's coming through. All right. Donna, I feel like that number 18 was significant for you, and I feel like your dad's saying something about it. I don't know. So Donna, we have the number 10 card, which is the Wheel of Fortune. And this is a card saying that you are actually balancing the energy in the world. You're actually balancing the metaphysical with the physical. So you are definitely, as far as your spiritual self, really balanced right now and in a good place spiritually. This is the energy of the Master. It means that you are really coming into a time where you are really authentically, spiritually who you are, and it's merging. Like there are no questions. Like you know what your essence is and what it's about. And then I pulled this card for you, which traditionally is the home, family life, marriage. A card of true happiness, soulmate love, which I think you and Vinny really have. This is really happiness on the home front. So I think right now, spend as much time with the boys and Vin that you can, because I think you're going to find a lot of nourishment, a lot of comfort there. And I'm going to pick something from the soul deck. Donna, I know your husband's name is Vinny, but there's someone else, I think, in your family with a V name or Vin, Vinny. Not your husband. There's someone else with that name. I don't know. They're coming through. Did your father have like a middle name or something that was similar? This is for Donna. Yeah. Donna, your dad is really like around you, like heightened energy. I feel like he's been around you a long time, but now really more so. Like you guys are working stuff out. This is very, very, very in like intense energy. Show me in the cards, please. Okay. Yeah, Donna, I feel like I'm going to pick another one too. Yeah, this is protector energy. Like I feel it's your extremely protective, but I also feel like Archangel Michael is around you. Very much so. If you look at this card, this is, I feel, Archangel Michael just coming in and swooping over you. And if you look closely, you'll see like stars around him, almost like a superhero cape. This is like you are in the palm of his hand. Almost like Michael, Archangel Michael is really coming through. At night, you're sleeping for brief periods and waking up. And I feel like when you wake up, try and write down what your thoughts are, because you're definitely getting messages from the other side. And this was the other card that came up. And this card to me is you walking the path between worlds almost. Like you're very, and he's there really, really, really intensely. Like I can feel him. So much love, like just wrapping around you, forgiveness. And try and bring that energy in, because I think you guys are working out some stuff, but I think it would be comforting for you. So just take that with you, okay, Donna? Okay. All right. Felix, I'm going to pick a card for you. I remember freeze tag, red light, green light, all those great games. Kids don't know what that's like now, right? Kids have a tendency to have no imagination, except what they see on the screen. Okay, Felix. Felix also does a show on Govs, so you got to tune in to him. Okay, Mr. Felix, I've got the Page of Pentacles for you. Felix, this means that you're communication. Pages are communication, and being that it's Pentacles, it's about money or something you value. So I would not be surprised if you hear something in the next not too long while, maybe by the end of the month, about something you've been working on that brings you some abundance. So look for that communication. Could be a letter, an email, something on social media, but there's some kind of a communication that brings you abundance. Next, I'm going to do Rosemary Gridley. Rosemary. I love that name, Rosemary, but I'm kind of partial Rose, right? Okay. I'm going to pick one from each deck for you, actually, Rose. That's what they're telling me. Ah, very interesting. Okay. We have the Four of Cups on the tarot. And that is usually you're distracted. Yeah, it's so funny. These look almost alike. Okay, so this is the Four of Cups on the tarot. And this is indicative of, you see you're being handed something, but you're not really paying attention. There's choices to make, but you're looking down instead of at the choices. You're not seeing the forest for the trees. And then I get this on the Soul card. Same thing. You're wrapped up in yourself or other things. You're thinking too much. You're not looking up where the abundance is, where the choice is, where the opportunity is. You're too in your own world or wrapped up and distracted. So Rosemary, look up, see what's around you, because the universe is giving you opportunity and you're not seeing it. All right, so something's out there for you. Aaron, I'm going to pick a... Oh, see that? Okay, Aaron. We need a millennial to educate us. So I love you too, Donna. So Aaron, I'm going to pick a card for you. And it's going to be a quick one because you just had a reading. Then we got to do John. Okay. Aaron. I love Aaron because he always actually amuses me sometimes. So, King of Pentacles, Aaron. This is the Capricorn card. And I have to tell you, especially after your reading last Saturday, all the Capricorn, what I call the Capricorn crap, Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto in Capricorn, this to me means you're mastering it. Look, you're on the throne. You've got abundance here. You've got the pentacle, which is coins, right? You've got all this abundance coming to you. So stay the path. Be patient. It's coming. You've got a great future ahead of you. Just be patient, okay? Colleen, I'm going to pick a card for you. It's like, I was just going to say, Colleen, I feel family around you. And I'm thinking, did I read her last week? It was family. But this is family. Things are happier. I feel like there's been relief and release of anything that was of trouble before. This is the same card that Donna got, and you guys hear me shuffling the cards. This is beautiful, happy relationship. The marriage is good. The family is good. Like riding off into the sunset. Look at all this beautiful yellow you have here. So the wreaths, the laurel wreaths. Beautiful, beautiful card. And I'm not even going to challenge that, Colleen, because that is just a beautiful card. Okay. John, this one's for you. Mr. Minetta, my big guy. He's a great guy. He's like, always gives me bear hugs. I love it. What's going on for you, John? They're telling me to go to the soul cards. I was shuffling the tarot, but they're telling me to go to the souls. Okay. I'm getting the number 324. I don't know if that's 324. I don't know if that's for somebody, but I'm getting that number in my head. John, you are thinking a lot. You are really thinking. I feel like, this is like all kinds of hands on your head. So, and then I see like shapes in here. I feel like this is just, you're really in your head right now. Like a lot of things are going on, chaotic a little bit. Just a lot of stuff going on in your head, Mr. Minetta. I'm going to pick a tarot card to confirm that. It feels good though. It feels like you're growing, but a lot of thinking. Yeah, this is the action card. There's a lot going on with you between what you got going on in your head and what you got going on in real life. This is the only card in the tarot that has action. So this is really, really about moving forward. You have one last battle, one last hurdle to go, and then everything just clears for you and you're really forward. But a lot of action going on for you right now. So just take your time, be the observer, don't rush into anything, go slow, etc. Okay? Gemini is an air sign, Felix, and right now you have the North Node of the Moon transiting Gemini. So this is a year that something big will change for you. That happens every 18 years for all of us. And right now that's transiting your where you have your sun if you're a Gemini. So that means you're going to have a life change. It makes you evaluate where you are going in life and you may change your direction. Gina, this is, did I read? No, I didn't read Gina. Gina, this is for you. You have some work to do tonight. I think we all do. We're all in transition and transformation. My video that I did about the weekly energy really hit home on what this whole year has been about. Oh. So Gina, this is for you. Gonna have to speed it up because I don't think I'm gonna have time for everybody. This is the Queen of Cups. And you said that you were an Aquarius. So Aquarius is not a water sign, but Aquarius brings the water. Cups are usually water. The Queen of Cups is someone who is in control of her emotions, but needs maybe to be allowing herself to be a little bit more vulnerable because she has a tendency to be detached. So I would definitely say that you need to allow yourself to emote more. And when that Aquarian detachment comes in, don't do it. Allow yourself to be in the higher octave of Aquarius, which is humanity and service to the world. All right? You can see at her feet the river is flowing. Let it flow over you. All right? Rosemary. Did I do a card for Rosemary? I think she was my first one? No, Donna was. I'm getting confused. You got to help me, people. David, I'm going to pull a card for you. Rosemary, just let me know if I pulled a card for you or not. Okay? Ooh, there's a lot of people on. I'm not going to get to everybody. David, this is for you. They're telling me to go to the tarot. I got to be quick. Quick. David, this is sadness. I feel like you're sad right now. Remember, if you weren't on the broadcast, play it back and listen to what I say about being joyful and allow yourself to be joyful. Okay? Because I feel like you're sad about something. So definitely make sure that you are picking up your energy and being more joyful. All right? I'm going to go back to, hold on a second. Got to go right about them. Okay, so I'm going to go to, did Colleen, Maria Dorso, got you. Okay. And then we'll do Rosemary. Maria Dorso, this is your card. Numbers and dreams. Yeah, dreams have been really heavy because Neptune is still in Pisces and it's being aspected. Recognition. Maria, if there's anything that you feel you were not recognized for or people don't appreciate, it's coming. You will have recognition soon. This is, if you look at the laurel wreath in this picture, it's indicative of getting your laurels. It's the recognition. It could be at work, something that you feel like people are overlooking you or you're not getting enough credit. You will get credit. If it's family that you feel unappreciated, there's new growth coming, as you can see on the leaves, on the staffs. So this is definitely recognition for a job well done. So hang in there, Maria. All right. Okay, this is for Rosemary. Rosemary, you have the Page of Cups. Pages are communication, and Cups is emotion. It's usually good news. So it's almost like something you've been wanting, something you've been manifesting, something you've been hoping and wishing for. You're going to get a communication that it actually comes true and that you receive it. If you see the fish in the cup, this is also the sign of Pisces. It's the card for Pisces. So if you or someone you know is a Pisces that has to do with this particular thing you're hoping comes true, it's going to happen. This is your cup runneth over with good news. So expect a communication of something good that you've been hoping to hear or wishing or working for. Jennifer Marie. Oh, thank you. So are you, Jennifer. I'm going to pull a card for Jennifer Marie. Okay. I feel like there's a small child around you, Jennifer. Okay, I've got the 9 of Wands. 9 of Wands usually means that playful competition, you have one more battle that you're going to go into, but it's going to change, be a game changer. And when I say battle, I mean it could be a small conflict. It could be something that's conflicting energy in your life. But I feel like there's something that happens that's a game changer. It's almost like sometimes things have to blow up a little bit in order to be resolved. And that's kind of how I feel about this card, that something may be coming that you don't really want to happen, but in the end it's a good thing because it really frees you up and makes you see where to proceed and resolve the conflict from there. And I'm going to pull a soul card for you because they're telling me to do that. Oh, see that, Gina? Signs all over, right? So this was for Jennifer Marie. I'm just going to pull a soul card for you because I want to confirm that Wands. Yeah, this to me, and I know this is not, people look at this card and like, what? This is this makes sense to me now. So you have some kind of a conflict going on. It could be a relationship, could be familial, could be work, whatever. I have a feeling it's a relationship. Conflict, and this, you can see this person in this is almost like waiting for the battle, right? Waiting for the conflict to come to a head. And then symbolically, when I see this, the first intuitive hit I got is, this is heart chakra. And as much as you don't like conflict, as much as you don't like to have to face what is coming, it opens your heart into a whole other dimension that gives you growth and freedom. So whatever, conflict is coming, let it flow and just always be loving, because I really believe that is meant to be like karmic for you. Like it's meant to be an opener of your life. All right. I hope you understand that. Okay. I think you do. Joanna Maya, I'm going to pick a card for you, Joanna. I'm running out of time. I got 9 minutes left. We did Gina. We did Maria. Okay, so I'm going to do Joanne. Joanne, I'm pulling a soul card for you. Joanne, I know you got good news. You have more good news coming to you. I can tell you that. Something else is coming. Really important to keep your thoughts positive. Keep your thoughts positive. Yeah, you got good news coming. And I want you to look at the pink in this card and tell me it doesn't look like butterfly wings. If I turn it this way, you'll see what I mean. They're her arms, but they're pink. But in this way, they're butterfly wings. And so what this means to me is, I know you are a survivor. I know you are in recovery. This is keeping the thoughts. Look at this beautiful pink light. Keeping the thoughts to go with the action, the hands. So you must keep your thoughts positive, Joanne. Don't go into the negative. Your words and your actions must be rooted in love in order for you to keep getting the good news that you've gotten. So be grateful in that beautiful space that you're in. Your stellium is in cap. That's right. Oh, you're welcome, Colleen. April, I'm going to pick a card for you. If anyone is into makeup and stuff, April has a site. She does all kinds of makeup. And she's always on doing her videos. Sometimes I catch a few minutes of them. Thank you for tuning in tonight, April. I gave you a plug, so give me one. No, she does really good videos, and she's beautiful stuff. So this is for April. April came to me for a reading, I think probably over 10 years ago. So it's nice to have someone who remembers, right? Okay. So April, this is your card. April, Judgment. So now when I see this card, a lot of times people will think, uh-oh, right? Because it looks like somebody's coming out of a grave or you're going to be judged. And it's not what it is. it's actually a card that shows that you triumph over judgment. This is the Archangel Gabriel, and he's blowing his beautiful trumpet and sounding everything and awakening people. So what this card usually is indicative of is that you have been judged harshly in your life or going through judgments, and that you, in order to get actually a clearer message of good news. So whatever is going on in your life, if you feel like you're being judged, just rise above it, because Archangel Gabriel is right there with his trumpet sounding the horn for you and saying, job well done, keep being authentic, keep being who you are. So that's a beautiful card for you. And I'm going to pick a soul card for you because that's just such a great energy. I just want to confirm that. And whoop. Just want to confirm that. And yeah, look at this. This is a beautiful, beautiful card. Look at the light coming out of the head. This is your higher self emerging. Look at all this beautiful light around it. So when you look at these two cards, you can see the light. Gabriel has this beautiful yellow around his halo, blowing the trumpet to awaken. And this is you overcoming judgments. And then this is the light, really the enlightenment of your beautiful mind and your higher self, knowing who you really are. And look at all the violet transformation around that. So although these experiences may have been hard for you, they happen to transform you to a higher level of yourself. So sometimes our greatest teachers are the most painful, right? I'm going to pull a card for Janine. I have like 5 minutes left, so I'm going to pull a card for Janine. All right. Janine, I think you got this card last week. The Star. You're so on the right path, sweetie. This is merging the three-dimensional world with your spiritual world. Look at all the stars in the card. It's light. You are just on the right path. So whatever you are doing, keep doing it. Just keep doing it. Bonnie, your turn. And then Sarah. So Bonnie. Bonnie, tonight I'm seeing animals around you. I don't know if you have a dog or a cat, but if you've had an animal that's been ill, they're going to be okay, I think. A lot of people have been putting animals down, and I want you to know that it's just like with people, they just transition, so you have a beautiful animal guide and spirit. I do want to come on your show, Felix, so we got to stay in touch. Bonnie, you have the World. And the World card, I believe this came out earlier. No, it was the other card, Wheel of Fortune came out. The World card is a card that's indicative of all things coming to you, spiritual, material, financial, and mental, that are all coming together and going to be balanced in your world. So whatever path you're on a path to really balance yourself. And if you are in the process of losing or have lost a pet, I give my condolences. I feel like maybe they're on, or you have a pet on the other side if there's not one that just went, because I'm getting somebody has a pet on the other side that's coming through. So that is for you. Please take that with you, Bonnie. And then the next card is for Sarah. Sarah, I'm going to use the soul cards for you. That's what they're telling me. Love you, Felix. Thank you. Sarah, I'm doing you now. And Angie's on here. Hey, Angie, I love you too. If anybody needs a Subaru, go see Angie Julian. You can find her on Facebook. Shameless plugs tonight. Okay, this is for Sarah. Love that name, Sarah. Oh, Sarah, you've got angel guides. This card is really, if you look at it this way, you see the angel, right? And this is human. This is really, you are being touched and wrapped in beautiful angel wings. Look at this. So Sarah, whatever you're doing, just know that the angels are with you. And this beautiful cobalt blue, aqua blue color to me is Shamuel, who is someone that works on relationships and keeps things really copacetic. You can look him up, Chamuel. But you are really surrounded by angels. And this card, I just feel like the angels are just wrapping you in their love. So take that with you. And I'm going to pick a card for Angie. Angie, my Leo. Hear her roar. Okay. And then I got to do Pauline. I got like 2 minutes left. Okay, Angie, what have I got for you? All right, Angie, I think you're seeing things in a different way. This is Pisces energy when I see fishes like this. So if anybody, I feel like maybe somebody's coming into your life and he's going to be a Pisces, which might be good for a Leo. But I also feel like if you look at the eyes in this picture, I feel like you're starting to see things really differently than you have before. Like your energy is changing, your perception of things are changing. And I'm picking a tarot card for you, and that's right on because this is the energy of new beginnings. This is, aces in tarot are new beginnings, and the Ace of Swords is one of the most favorable cards in the deck. If you look at the sword, it has leaves and growth on it. That is indicative of a whole new beginning, like the butterfly coming out of the cocoon. And this to me is the eyes in this card are just like you're perceiving things really different, like you're seeing things you never saw before, you're seeing things in a different way, and that's going to bring you to all the new beginnings you deserve. So you've got a lot of really great stuff coming up. So keep your energy pure, keep your thoughts pure, okay, Angie? This is for Pauline, and I think that's going to be my last one tonight. Pauline Yeblenner. Okay. Oh, this one's gooched out. So, Pauline, I feel like you are birthing new things. Like whatever you're trying to manifest, and this new moon is great for that. Whatever it is, I feel like this is you coming into a new, very creative time, like birthing a new project, and you're allowing it to flow. It's like you don't even have to do anything. It's something just innately in you. So just know that, okay? Just beautiful. And that blue energy is very much feminine, like Divine Mother. So if you've been working with like Kuan Yin or any of the Divine Mother energies, keep doing that because it's really bringing the creativity out in you. Don't ignore your abilities, Gina. I'm just looking at the feed now. Don't ignore your abilities, Gina, and I'll tell you why. Because a lot of times, oh, there you go. Thanks, Angie. I know there's a reason I found you too. So when we ignore our psychic abilities and our ability to do things above the 5 senses, it creates anxiety because that energy doesn't get released. So always allow whatever gift is coming through forward. You don't have to do anything, just allow it to flow. Like you guys saw me heat up when I had a lot of energy being given to me from messages. I know now just to flow with it, you know. When I used to try to pen that up and pretend it wasn't happening, I'd have anxiety for hours afterwards. So just remember, let your intuition flow, let everything flow. April, if you missed your card, you can play back because I did do one for you. So play back the video because it was really a good read. No, YouTube I can go as long as I want, but on Gov's Comedy Club, I actually book time out and they have different shows and there's someone behind me. So I only have an hour on YouTube. I mean on Gov's Comedy Club radio.com. That's how they book us. We're our shows. So, and we don't want to get them upset because they're really great to me. So that's why everybody, if you didn't hear in the beginning of the broadcast, hop over to YouTube. I'm going to, between now and October 15th, anyone who subscribes gets entered into a drawing for a free reading. And so please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I love you all. You'll see a lot of videos on there. There's so much stuff. There's old stuff. There's new stuff. There's astrology, tarot, Zenkuda living, all kinds of stuff. So I love you all. Kuan Yin is beautiful energy. I would definitely do that. Gina, PM me and I could always give you some direction. You know, I would love to do that for you. So just PM me anytime. We'll talk a little bit. Okay. And that's the show for tonight. You can find me on Zenkuda.com if you want to book a private session. You can find me on Instagram at Zenkuda Official. And of course, here on Facebook at Georgia Rose Zenkuda. Thanks so much. I love you guys. Be good.